A mix of styles, asymmetric tactic, could be a good thing. This one is called the Classic X ZHOU ZHOU V2. And again, I'm going to butcher these names. I deeply apologize. But it is a mix of two different tactics put together, tested out with Manchester City, top of the league, doing very well indeed. There is some information, some questions. Can I use a left-footed versus a right-footed winger? And take a look at the page. If you do have questions, maybe it's answered there. But I didn't create this. I am just taking it from someone who did to test it out with our teams of Liverpool, Aston Villa, and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So with all that said, we're going to jump into the Premier League and see how they did. So looking at the Premier League, you can see Liverpool coming in second, 89 points, 89 goals. Fantastic job there. I mean, obviously you're 5 points under Manchester City. You'd love to get those back. Maybe you could if you took control of this yourself. Again, this is a holiday throughout the entire of the season. I'm not taking control of any matches whatsoever. If you took control of this, you could do a lot better than this. You can actually put a lot of the information that you get from these pages into the tactic, into each match and everything like that, that my assistant coach just isn't doing on a day-to-day basis. But in this save, we at least get some of the stats and see how it runs. But overall, Liverpool in second, not bad at all. Aston Villa, though, in seventh, 64 points is definitely lower than average, about 10 points, maybe a little bit less, but 71 goals. It seems to be a down season for Aston Villa. Now, just as a reminder, this is using the latest database, which does have Nottingham Forest with a 4-point deduction. So we've got the Carabao Cup final over Manchester United 5-0, but then you lose out in the FA Cup against Leeds 0-2. And then the Europa League final, you get there as well. Leipzig just falls to Liverpool 3-2. And the only reason I'm saying that this is a new database is not only to inform you that this is the new database, an updated database, but that things in the tests that I've done so far with this new database, it seems to be really giving Liverpool another edge up. Aston Villa not doing all that well, and you'll see that in the coming weeks, but so far it's been very interesting to say the least. But overall competitions, you've got Liverpool in second with 89 points is fantastic. You do wish they were higher in first, but still 89 points is above the average in the tests that I've done. But winners of the Europa League, winners of the Carabao Cup, fourth round, yeah, FA Cup not great, but overall it's still a pretty good season. Liverpool stats, you can see 24 goals for Jota, Salah with 17, as did Nunez and McAllister. Interestingly enough, assists 14 for Trent is a little low though, 12 for Alex McAllister. Average rating though, Joe Gomez gets a 7.62 with 11+1, with Trent getting a 7.33. And now let's take Aston Villa and reverse everything from Liverpool. Carabao Cup fourth round is where you're out against Chelsea, but FA Cup final you get against Chelsea 3-0 with a trophy. And yeah, keeping that kind of going, no Conference League trophy for you. You're out in the semifinals against Fiorentina. So overall, Premier League, not great. Seventh place, you definitely want to be higher than that. And again, it could be the new database. But if you took control of this, I think you could do a little bit better than that seventh place mark. You're only 5 points from sixth and a couple more from UCL spots. But it's one to test out. Europa Conference League semifinals, not too bad, I guess. Winners of the FA Cup is fantastic, but fourth round of the Carabao Cup is not. Squad-wise for Aston Villa, Diaby with 28 goals, Kamara and Bailey with 12 apiece. That is quite a drop. Assists 19 for Douglas Luiz, 14 for Matty Cash, and then average rating, Moussa Diaby with a 7.23. Data hubs, I'm going to try and skip through as quickly as possible. Very attacking for Liverpool. Nice defensively as well for the most part. 2.34 goals per game, 0.71 conceded, 0.74 XG against. And then Aston Villa just slightly down on the goals, but pretty nice on everything else. But goals per game, 1.87, 1.39 conceded, and 1.04 XG against. That's actually not bad for them. And Premier League stats, most points per game, you got Liverpool in second with 2.34, Aston Villa in seventh with 1.68. But the meat of it, most goals, 89 for Liverpool, very well done. Aston Villa in fifth with 71. Fewer shots against, Liverpool in second, Aston Villa all the way in fifth. Most dribbles made at Liverpool in fourth with 670, 661 for Aston Villa in fifth. And then most shots for Liverpool in first with just under 700, Aston Villa with 554. But now, how did our championship side of Ipswich Town do? Pretty nice. First place. We've seen them getting a lot of first place trophies this time around as well with this new database. You'll see that in a bit. But 111 points, clear winners above Leeds, 135 goals. Fantastic. Schedule-wise, Carabao Cup first round out against Bristol City, and then FA Cup fifth round, not too bad against Newcastle. So overall championship, clearly the front runners, they are doing a fantastic job. They're promoted automatically to the Premier League next season. But FA Cup, Carabao Cup, not the greatest, especially the Carabao Cup, but they don't expect much anyway. And player stats, you could see 29 goals for George Hurst. Very well done. He's finally getting some starts there. 19 for Connor Chaplin all the way down. But assists, 16 for Leif Davis, 13 for Connor Chaplin, and average rating George Hurst with a 7.34. Championship level stats, Ipswich Town with a 2.41 points per game, but most goals, 135. Clear front runners. That is a fantastic job right there. Few shots against in first with 299. Most dribbles made in third with 856, and most shots for in second with 731. But now looking at the tactic itself, this funky looking shape, I love it. Sweeper keeper in defend is where we start. Inverted wingback and support on the left. A fullback in attack on the right. Ball playing defenders in defend. You got a regista in support, a segundo volante in attack, and a winger in support. An inside forward in support on the right, a pressing forward in support, and then an advanced forward in attack up front. Balanced mentality, in possession attacking with his narrow, approach play is pass into space, focus play down the left and the right, passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses, run at defense and be more disciplined. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite crosses. But now, how did this do for our three teams as an overall? I think fantastic for the most part. Ipswich Town doing a terrific job. I mean, they seem to be doing a very good job lately, and I hope they keep it up. But 111 points, 135 goals, fantastic overall. And then as we hit Liverpool, second place, yeah, we've seen them in first place a lot of times, but 94 points is hard to beat. But 89, very well done for Liverpool. Aston Villa still kind of struggling in certain tactics. But seventh place, 64 points, 71 goals. They definitely should be up there a little bit more. I honestly think if you took control of this, you could definitely do a better job with them and kind of get them higher in the table. But if you've seen this tactic, if you take control of this tactic and has it worked for your team, let us know. I would love to see some results from this of actual people playing it, not just simming throughout the entire season. But that's it for me, Sefian FM for the Football Manager blog channel saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.